The Haunted Backpack.
The Haunted Backpack.
Chapter 1. The Empty Playground.
Empty Playground.
Wind howled through the empty playground.
Wind howled through the empty playground.
School was done for the day.
School was done for the day.
It was dark and Howard was alone.
It was dark and Howard was alone.
Swings moved back and forth in the wind.
Swing moved back and forth in the wind.
The chains holding the swings clanked softly.
The chains holding the swings clanked softly.
Howard thought it was as if someone invisible were sitting there.
Howard thought it was as if someone invisible were sitting there.
Howard walked slowly toward the swings.
Howard walked slowly toward the swing.
He dropped his backpack on the ground.
He dropped his backpack on the ground.
He pulled himself onto the nearest seat and started pumping his legs. Up and up he swung. The chains rubbed against the overhead bar that held them.
The chains rubbed against the overhead bar that held them.
It was the sound zombies made in scary movies. Finally, the swing rose so high that the chains went slack. I did it, Howard whispered to himself. Earlier that day, Howard's friend Molly had made a date.
Howard's friend Molly made a doll.
I bet you can't go really high on those swings, she began. In the dark. This will show her, thought Howard. Boom! Crash! Thunder rumbled in the dark clouds overhead. Howard went to pick up his backpack. His backpack was gone. Chapter 2. Behind him. Where was his backpack? Howard knew he had dropped it next to the swings. Did someone take it? He wondered. He was the only person on the ground. The swings swayed harder in the wind. Howard looked past them. His backpack was on the other side of the playground. How did it get there? Kaboom! More thunder boomed. Howard wanted to get home before it started raining. He fetched his backpack and slipped it on. Howard hurried down the dark sidewalk. He could see the gate to the town cemetery up ahead. He hated walking past it, but this was the quickest way home. Howard ran past the gate. Suddenly, he heard a strange humming sound. Then, something touched his shoulder. Howard yelled and turned around, but there was no one there. He gripped his backpack and ran. Buzz, buzz. It sounded like a large insect buzzing behind him. Then something touched his arm. "Leave me alone!" yelled Howard. He felt a tug on his shoulders. Something inside his backpack was buzzing and moving around. He screamed and dropped the pack on the ground. Chapter 3. Who's there? Howard's books and lunchbox tumbled out of his pack. Then he saw it. A strange phone had spilled onto the sidewalk. It was buzzing. Whose phone is that? Howard wondered. His parents had given him a phone to use only in emergency.
His parents had given him a phone to use only in emergencies.
The phone on the ground was not his. Buzz, buzz. Someone was calling him. The boy picked up the phone and pressed the button. Howard gulped. Hello? He said weakly. You! Came a voice on the other end of the phone. Howard started to sweat. You! Said the voice again. You have my phone and I have yours. Somehow they got switched. Howard let out a huge sigh of relief. There was no ghost or zombie following him.
There was no ghost or zombie following him.
After all. We should switch phones back, said Howard. Yes, said the voice. Can you bring it to me? Sure thing, said Howard. Where do you live? Kaboom! The thunder boomed. In the cemetery, said the voice. I'm the third gravestone from the left.